What's good, everyone? This is Marcus the Fingers back at it again. We are live and in the building. Today, we are talking about sync licensing, trailer music, and more plugins, specifically the Fallout Music Group series of plugins. Fallout Music Group is platform. I've been using a lot of their plugins over the last few years for the epic cinematic music, even just for regular like production music, sync licensing stuff. I'm trying to make sure that we are actually live on YouTube here. And shout out to the whole team at Fallout Music Group. They just cut their prices by 50%. We'll get into that shortly. Before we get into that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel on YouTube. This is part of the podcast called Syncrets To Success, where I'm sharing plugins that I use to create music for sync licensing, sharing insights into the journey into sync licensing and all of that. And also check out the description for links. This podcast is sponsored by ASTS. You can get a discount to some of their plugins that they offer and their sounds for music creatives. I also have a link to the Fallout Music Group because they just slashed their prices. You can check out my Facebook group, Syncrets To Success. You can check out services I offer on my site, including an epic cinematic hip hop workshop that I'll be hosting this weekend. So you can find out as effective as May 1st. This is 2 days ago from the time that I'm recording this. They cut their prices by at least 50%. So these prices were at least double these prices or higher for these plugins, but now they're even more accessible to music creators, music producers, composers like you and me. They have Trailer Brahms 2, Restrung, Hybrid, Studio Taiko, Unblown. I don't have Unblown, but I am going to show the ones that I do have when I go to Logic in a second here. And I also don't think I have the comments enabled. I don't have the comments set up, so apologies for that. If you do watch this, I'll make sure I can get the comments enabled. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave those in the comment field after I post this video live on YouTube. Steampunk, Unstrung, Sonar. I have Sonar, I have Ascendance, I have Quake. I don't have Sticks. I do have, they also have some free stuff. They have a free sampler here, which I think I might have. I don't think I have Trailer Toolkit, but they also have this free series called Shelter. I have some of these, and you'll see some of these shortly. When I jump over to Logic. So definitely check out the Fallout Music Group site. There will be a link in the description where you can check out their stuff. All the prices are slashed by 50%. So let's jump over to Logic here. I'm going to go over just a few of the plugins. This video might get kind of long. Thank you to everyone watching. Again, apologies for I got to figure out how to get the chat set up, but we're in it now. I'm gonna keep moving. Pause. But we're gonna start with the free stuff. So you have what I have here is 4 of the free stuff they offer. I think they offer more. I think I'm missing like 2 or 3 of them, but this will be a few of them. We're gonna start with Shelter Booms. I'm gonna just play a couple sounds here from the Shelter Booms. And you see you have your ADSR there. Let me jump over to, I'm gonna see if I can jump over to a better, there we go. So Shelter Booms, a boom is basically like a kick sound with reverb, sort of. And in this case, you can add reverb, you can add delay. I'm not going to go over all these sounds here. I'll play one more of these. And you have some ADSR control, some filter control there. So really, really fun plugin there. And then we have balloon effects. We have a number of balloon effects here. I'm going to go to playing one of these sounds. That was really loud. Some great just sound design, sound effects there. Again, you have some effects there you can mess with, and these are free, so just keep that in mind. Then we're going to jump over to balloon reverses. Let me close, or reverses. I don't know why I said it like that. So let's see what this sounds like. If I can get to... Again, some really great sound design and effects going on there. And this will get you into sort of the Fallout Music Group aesthetic. Here's some scrapes. These sound like they would be great for like horror, like sound design, horror type trailers or horror tracks you're working on. Then finally we have risers. Actually, that was crazy. That was all of them sort of combined. Here's risers. And in this case, you have different things you can load up here. This is almost like the free version of their Ascendance, which we'll get to shortly. You can do a randomization here. I can randomize these. And you have some really like organic, but it can be organic mixed with synth type risers. and you can use it pitched by your key. You have all those options. You can adjust the pitch here. So those are a couple of the free things that are offered by Fallout Music Group. We're going to go over to Ascendance, which is sort of like a higher end version of the free risers they have, where you have something similar where you see you can have different layers here, but you have a lot more riser sources to choose from in these channels. So I'm just going to play the default sound. And as you can hear, that got really loud. Then you have different at the bottom. You have the different key ranges, so they get shorter or longer. So I'm not going to play the whole thing. You can adjust the channels here. You can choose different elements like I mentioned earlier. You can adjust the saturation, the filter options. You have ADSR controls. And then at the bottom, you have some effects, screamer, delay, and reverb. So what I like to do with this plugin is I like to just randomize each of the 3 layers and see what comes up, what happens. That's kind of aggressive. That's kind of cool. So, and then sometimes I add delay, or reverb, or screamer, or a sort of combination of all 3. So that is Ascendance. That is just a quick overview. Of course, you can dive in on YouTube, find out some more in-depth reviews of these plugins. Next, we have Hybrid Studio Taiko. Now, I was I think I was a beta tester for Hybrid Studio Taiko. At least I did a demo for it. And these are just some great, so percussive taiko sounds. I'm going to start with... And you have this blend knob where you can mix between the studio and hybrid. You can click actually the word studio hybrid for more functions. You can add in saturation and EQ elements for both. So this is the studio, and this is the hybrid. And if you want to blend them, and then, of course, you can adjust some more saturation down here. You have attack and release for both. So really powerful plugin. You also have some snapshots there with different mix options. If I do, I won't go over those. I think I have a review of this on my YouTube channel. So you can look up Hybrid Studio Taiko on my YouTube channel, and you can find a review of these options. Fun stuff. Next we have Quake, or next I have Quake. Quake is sort of like a whoosh downer, I guess you can call it. So the middle C, if I find the right note here, is your downer. And then all the other orange keys are the whooshes. Or this one up here. So for example, I can randomize everything, and the downer is now this. So if I play another key, randomize again. Now we have that downer. And shout out to Simon and the whole team over at Fallout Music Group. There are some great sound designers there. In this plugin itself, you can have the different layers, elements here on the left. You can choose up to 3 to be layered in the downer sound. Then you have sort of like a saturation thing. You can adjust the whoosh, low pass, high pass, the tuning, the level of it. They have some filter controls over here, and you can adjust the mix of the 3 different layers. Filter, reverb, your early, late reverb. So really, really great plugin. I'm going to play one more. Let me do one more here. So really great like sound design stuff. Next we have Sonar Pings and Signatures, I believe is what it's called. I think this might be the newest one I have. Don't quote me on that. But this is just a great way to create ping sounds sort of like this. And then you have 2 octaves of the ping sound. So the green octave is the reverb, the effect, and then the orange octave is the non-effect. So that's the orange. That's the green. You can adjust, again, you have 3 different layers here. I think Fallout Music Group really likes the 3-layer thing. I can use the randomize option here to randomize those layers. And now we have this sound. Again, really great for horror type stuff or just to create like a signature sound. And you can adjust the saturation here, the phaser. You can adjust the root key for each of those 3 layers. And then at the bottom there, you have your reverb, your delay effects, and then I can adjust the sonar. Sort of like saturation. Then you have a high pass, low pass filter, and attack and release. So you have a lot of options here, all on this one page. This is from Kyle. So shout out to Kyle for the sonar. So you can also create melody lines with this. You do have that octave of layers. And what have you. So that is Sonar. Next, as we are getting through the Fallout Music Group suite of plugins, I guess if you want to call it that, we have, I think my mouse might have just died, but we're going to keep it moving. Trailer Brahms 2. I do have Trailer Brahms 1. I don't use 1 anymore because 2 takes 1 to the next level. And I'm going to move this window over to our left a little bit. So there you go. And this is what we have for Trailer Brahms 2. Again, out the gate, you have your 3 layers up here. You can adjust some settings. I usually don't go into the settings options here, but if you want, you can adjust what sounds are available for the different layers there. What I do like to do is hit this randomize button, and as you can see, it'll randomize all 3 layers, and now we have this. And what's great about this Brahm, usually what you get in Brahm plugins is you might get different sounds on each note, and then you might have to hit like a stretch button or option to get them across the keys. In this particular instance, the notes are automatically stretched across this octave. And if I do go into settings, I can extend the ranges so I can get even more octaves. Which I probably should save that just as a default. And now you have a playable Brahms. You can adjust the different LFO options here. You can adjust your mixer layer, the levels of each of the 3 elements. You can adjust your reverb, delay, and of course the master sound where you have low pass, high pass, and the color. Let me do one more sort of randomize here. I like that one. And not just for trailer stuff. Again, you could use this in if you're doing like a lot of film sound effects, video game sound effects. Really great plugin for that. We are almost done. I'm going to get to Unstrung. So this is actually a couple of NKIs, which you'll see once that loads up. We have 3 NKIs. We're going to start with the Unstrung hits, which is taking strings and just mangling them to all kinds of randomness. So you start hearing that the elements are being built. I hit the randomize button. Again, great for horror sound design. I'll do one more. Actually, one more. So sort of like Quake, you have sort of the like whoosh leading into that hit. And then you have your whoosh controls here. You have your low pass, high pass tuning, the volume level. You have your saturation amount, distortion controls. You have your mix of the 3 layers. You have reverb and delay. So this is by Randon. Shout out to Randon. Also over at Fallout Music Group. Let's go to the unstrung pattern. So this is taking those similar elements and creating patterns from them. So I'm going to play one note. I think I used that exact pattern on a trailer track. So I'm going to adjust all of them, all the categories here. And one more time. And you can adjust the different steps. You can adjust, say I want to randomize everything, but I only want the plucks and knocks to make it even more creepier. You can say I want ricochets. You can say the pattern can be in 1/8 notes or any of these options here. So very, very powerful plugin. You can adjust the steps. So let's say I only want 4 steps, or if you want to get weird, 7 steps, which you can add a little bit of the creepiness. So let's go to 4 steps. I'll do adjust here. And it'll only play the first 4 of those steps. And then if you want, you can also go here and adjust each individual step on your own. You could also randomize each individual step that way. And you have all these different elements: knocked, plucked, ricochet, dives, grinders. Yeah, so Really fun plugin, really great for horror. I would say horror trailer vibes, but if you can find another way to use them, I mostly use it for horror stuff. Then you have unstrung risers, similar to what you saw in some of the riser stuff, but here we go. Again, very creepy stuff. So you can take those elements, unstrung risers. You can see how they develop things from the shelter to ascendance to unstrung, and those riser stuff. Let's go to, I'm going to randomize these elements. Actually, I'll do it out here. Randomize all. So you have those, then you can have the saturation, distortion, reverb, delay, like we saw with the other unstrung, with unstrung hits. Then adjust the layers there. So you have all those options with unstrung. Another great outing from Fallout Music Group. Shout out again to Randon Purcell. And last but not least, what I will go over in this video, again, I don't have all the Fallout Music Group plugins. These are just the ones that I have and the ones I mostly use in my, of course, I can only use what I have in my music production. I actually don't use Trailer Trash as much, and I didn't realize I had Trailer Trash until I was doing this, setting up this session for this video. So I will have to dive back into Trailer Trash. These are designed hits, and those are really great. You have high pass, low pass, ADSR, saturation, reverb, delay options similar to what you saw. And shout out again to Randon for that. Let me play one more of those. I think I did use that for something. That sounds familiar. Next, I'm going to go over to Trash Designer. So let's see what this is about. I'm holding down one note. Looks almost like a whoosh hit type thing. And again, you can randomize these elements up here. 1, 2, 3. You can adjust the synth here. Let's say synth. So you have different layers. Really great stuff. Again, you see saturation filtered. You can adjust the key, ADSR, reverb, delay. So again, very similar. And then click here. It might not always be noticeable, but if you just try clicking around the plugin. So if I click and drag here, I can add more saturation. Take it out. So yeah, you have those options. I just moved that around. Oh well. And then last but not least, for this review of all the the Fallout Music Group plugins that I have and own, we have Trailer Trash risers. Let me hit solo. Really great sound there. And again, if I wanted to add more saturation, that sounds like they used like a drill or maybe clippers. But you start to see how they do their sound design and can build things. They have high pass filter. That's almost like an alarm. That's like a scream. And then you have reverb, delay. Actually, that's a great sound. It's similar to there's a plugin. I think there's a trailer for maybe Star Wars. I think they use one of those. Something similar to that. Not that exact sound. One of those Star Wars trailers. Maybe. I can't remember the exact trailer, but I remember hearing that as like a signature sound. So even though it says risers or design hits, you can use them as like a signature sound, or you could filter them to be like sound design, or to be like a kick or a snare or some type of percussion element, or maybe even a tonal element for signature sound. So you have all those options. Again, if you just want to dive in, check out the Fallout Music Group fields, free stuff, their shelter stuff. Go to their website. I'll have links in the description. Let me go back to the website really quick. All their prices have been cut, I believe, permanently, at least by 50%. So these prices are the final prices that they will currently be. And then you might even catch more sales in the future where they can be even cheaper. But I believe this will be the most expensive these plugins will be. Don't quote me on that though. And again, check out the free stuff. Check out the free sampler of the Triller Toolkit. Check out the Shelter stuff. All these are free. I don't have Random Spiel. I don't have the toy piano. I don't have drops, but I did share the risers and booms and balloon stuff. So definitely check it out. Go to the website. I'll have links in the description. Check out my website. Check out thefingaz.com. Check out the Facebook group, Syncrets To Success, and be on the lookout for more episodes of this podcast where I'll be sharing insights into sync licensing, trailer music, plugins I'm using, music production. Also check out the description where I have a link sharing a workshop I'll be hosting this coming Sunday for creating epic cinematic hip hop music. Hope to see you there. Until then, be safe and be well, everyone. All right. Peace.